Hello, and welcome to this week's video chat where we discuss all things MNPS. And so I am so fortunate to welcome again Michael Cass, who will help facilitate today's discussion.
Thank you, Dr. Battle. Like a lot of things during the pandemic, our high school graduation ceremonies were thrown off and required some adaptation. What were you most impressed with as you made your way around the city to all the ceremonies to celebrate the class of 2020?
First and foremost, I will say that I was really looking forward to hosting our traditional graduations for all of our seniors. I mean, our class of 2020 is resilient. They are a class of seniors who have bright futures ahead of them. Due to the pandemic, of course, we had to change our plans, and it was a very unique situation. And so one of the first things we decided to do was to allow our students to come and pick up their regalia so that they would have all of their items to really symbolize this great opportunity, this great milestone for them graduating from high school. Last week, as you mentioned, we hosted our district processional, our graduation processionals at all of our high schools, which is always very unique and special when you have such a milestone moment happening right on the grounds of the high school that you've attended for most of our students for up to 4 years. And so as I went around to celebrate with our seniors, again, so impressed by them, talking to them, hearing about their future plans, which colleges that they're attending, what careers they're looking forward to moving into was so inspirational. I think it was a great moment for our students to have a very unique moment to celebrate at the same time with their family, with their friends, as they procession through our drive-through processionals at every high school. I was highly impressed by the emotions that our students exhibited, their thanks for the staff and the teachers at their schools. And by the way, the school teams knocked it out of the park. I was highly impressed by the attention and detail and care that our school principals, our counselors, our teachers and staff members really put into this special moment for our students. And I really think it exhibited just what we wanted to pull off for our students. We have a lot more celebrations in the works for our students. We're planning for virtual graduation ceremonies in July, and we're also hopeful that we'll be able to host those traditional commencement exercises in July. If everything continues on the plans according to the mayor's roadmap, we're looking forward to welcoming all of our 2020 graduating seniors back on campus, back to our venues to celebrate them one more time as they move on to their post-secondary opportunities.
The school year is over, we're into the summer, but we want learning to continue with the virtual summer experience, which starts on June 1st. Why was it important to you to do that?
Important because one of the things we always stress is lifelong learners, right? And we know that as educators, that the summer months are so critical. We've talked about the summer slide, and here we are in 2020, not only addressing the summer slide, but also our extended school closures. We know our school buildings were closed for 2 months prior to the end of the school year. And so now we have this significant amount of time that we have to ensure that our students continue to be engaged and they continue to learn. I mean, I'm really impressed by the way that our team has approached the virtual summer school experience, because we are offering over 1,000 different topics and opportunities for our students and parents to engage. And so students have an opportunity to find what works for them this summer. So we will be offering sessions around literacy. We will be offering virtual field trips and experiential learning opportunities. So we've really thought about, and our team has really thought about, how can we connect to, one, the content needs of our students to keep them growing and learning, but also areas that are of interest to them. I mean, we have some of our elementary students who will be transitioning into middle school, and they'll be going into different experiences around STEAM and other innovative pathways that we offer as a district. And then you have your 8th graders going into high school, and they'll soon be selecting their academy family pathway. And so this is an opportunity for them to experience some of those opportunities that they would have likely experienced over the last 2 months of the school year, but also a very unique opportunity to stay engaged over the summer, to stay connected, to continue to grow and learn, that will give us more information about where we can pick up from and keep the momentum moving, keep them accelerating their learning into the next school year.
What can you tell us about the district's plans for reopening at this point?
That might be the question of the day, week, and month. I know everyone is so interested in what next school year will look like. And we are hard at work, really working on our plans. We are working with several of our local public health officials who are really tracking the science, the research around how we should be approaching the fall for our school reopening. I have the pleasure of working closely with Dr. Alex Jahanger, who is an MNPS graduate, by the way, and leading our city's COVID-19 response. And so he and I are working closely with other school leaders around the metrics we want to make sure we're following and tracking to ensure a safe opening once we do start school back in the fall.
What would you say the main lessons were from Remote Learning 2.0, and what do we need to be doing better or differently if we need to do that again in the future?
You know, that's a great question. I think it really highlighted the digital divide, that we have experienced for many, many years as an urban school district, and like many other school districts have faced. It was very apparent to us that it was going to be one of the challenges, but yet an opportunity for us as a district to really provide the level of educational experiences we want for our students. And, you know, it's been on the radar of the district for a long time, as you know, and many others know. I've been in the district for quite some time. And year after year, we've always talked about the digital divide and the need for us to shift and to have a priority platform by which we put all our content in and teachers can engage students with. And so this opportunity really shed some light on how wide the digital divide is, but also the sense of urgency to fill that need as quickly and swiftly as possible, but in an efficient and effective way. And so that was probably one of the most eye-opening experiences, is, you know, recognizing and really highlighting the need and being willing to talk about it. You know, that's a conversation that when you're talking about equity and the needs of our families that some can shy away from, but being willing to talk about it and to address it was something that I'm proud our district was able to take on. As you know, we were able to distribute up to about 10,000 learner devices to our students. We were fortunate enough to have some connectivity, free resources for our students and families so they really could connect and engage to our online platform, which is Schoology. And so that's something that we'll continue to have to work at. We know that based upon the data we received, that only met a fraction of the needs for our students and families. So we continue to be focused on the digital divide and making sure that our students have access, whether they're in our school buildings or they're working remotely.
Along with the virtual summer experience, what else would you recommend that students do or their families do to keep students engaged in learning this summer?
Well, first of all, I hope and I wish that every student and family has a safe one, and that we continue to practice our social distancing and following the reopening requirements or recommendations that are coming from the COVID-19 task force. But the summer is a beautiful time to keep students learning and excited about learning. There's always great opportunities for students to continue to read. Read a favorite book. Read that book that you have sitting on the side that you were just waiting for time to read. Or as an educator, I will tell you there's lots of learning that can happen from going back and reading a book that you've read prior, especially in the new world we're in today and some of the connections that can be built. Of course, connecting with our virtual experience this summer will, again, I think just looking at the catalog and the many opportunities that are available, I encourage students and families to connect and continue to learn with us. But at the very least, really think about and find that one or two things that are interesting to you, whether they be, exploring other parts of the country. Maybe it's thinking about your STEAM pathway and the arts. Just really exploring whether that be through television or reading or outdoor experiences, things that really interest your student or you as a student to continue to grow and learn. There's so many beautiful things around us. So really taking the opportunity to take them in, to ask questions, right? Ask questions about them, and then make it your responsibility to find out, to learn more, to go deeper around those interest areas.
Well, thank you, Dr. Battle. Is there anything else you'd like to add today?
I don't have anything in addition to add today. I just wish everyone a happy, safe summer. It is a great opportunity to continue to learn, to grow, and definitely to remain engaged with MNPS. Thank you.
Thank you.